Today I'm going to show you how to build a goat house, a pig pen, a dog house, whatever you want it to be, for under 25 bucks. I got 4 pallets for free, an old metal panel from lying around, and all I had to really do was buy the screws and the 2x4s. Now let's get to it. Now I'm going to be making a frame that's going to go on top of the pallets after I screw them all together. It's going to be 3 foot deep and a little over 7 feet long. I'm going to put a lot of support brackets because goats like to jump on the roof and I don't want it to get banged up and end up falling apart eventually. So I want it to last a very long time. The worst thing that would happen would I'd have to be replacing a pallet because it starts rotting. So here is the 2 long beams. I'm going to use 3-inch screws to put them together. I'm cutting 33-inch 2x4s that are going to be the supports going across. And I'm going to lay them about every 17 inches equally spread apart. You'll see that in here in a second. I'm doing 6 supports across this thing. Make sure when you're building these roof supports that you're facing the 2x4s up and down like I am. If they're flat, it's going to end up buckling either from the weight of the goats or from water puddling up into the center, and it'll bend in the middle, and that'll be it. So make sure they're facing this way. Alright, so I'm going to screw in the corners and I'm going to equally spread these things apart. I'm going to measure them out to make sure they're perfect. I'm pretty sure it was 17 inches apart for each one. Now I'm going to be screwing the pallets together. I'm only adding a couple of screws in each one. It's going to have the giant support on top, holding everything together with big 5-inch screws. I'm just going to pull it all together. You'll see that soon. If you want, you can slope this thing slightly to have the rain run off. I'm just gonna make it all flat. I'm not too worried about it. Now I'm bringing the top support in for the roof. This is all going to be screwed together. It's going to make it nice and solid. And plus, if the goats want to jump up on there, they can. It won't damage anything. And that's also why I'm happy I had that flat panel left over. If you use the regular corrugated metal, it's going to get pretty banged up from the goats jumping all over it. Now you'll see I run 5-inch screws through the top of this. Make sure you put a couple through into each pallet so it's nice and solid. This whole top frame I did with pressure treated wood. So if I have to replace a pallet or something, no big deal. The top frame will last a very long time. For the roof, I got a bunch of the roof screws. They have the little rubber washers on them so water doesn't leak through. Alright, so here it is, your completed, simple, cheap goat shelter. I did this for about 25 bucks. What do you think?
Subscribe to my daddy's channel and watch more of his videos every single one.